Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Topeak PakGo GearPack II Cycling Travel Bag. When you have to travel to the start of a bike ride, it's really easy to forget something as minor as a glove or as essential as a helmet. The Topeak PakGo GearPack II is the solution to this, as it features separate compartments for your main bike accessories and then individual pockets to keep everything organized and clean. This is the second generation of their PakGo GearPack. Now this one you get small improvements based on the user feedback. Packaging wise, you can see you have the bag itself compressed down. A nice cardboard overlay here that shows you a lot of the features like the backpack feature and then some of the main specs. You can also fit a ton of stuff here, as you can see here, and then a nice overview of all the pockets. I'll go ahead and take this little cardboard off and then we'll go over all the features. Retail price on this is $180. So pretty expensive, but you get a lot of features here. It's 38 liters. So you can see when this is opened up, it's actually really big. So you can fit quite a few things in here. It actually is designed with 600D polyester material, so super flexible and durable. It also has EVA foam. So you can see it has a little bit of extra protection on the sides for traveling. You get 9 total pockets. You get 3 internal compartments and then another 6 side pockets. So you can really separate everything. You get removable backpack straps with additional backpack padding here if you want to wear this around the town. And then you also get cool little details like water drain holes. So if you put your wet clothes in the side compartments, they'll drain out, which is great if you're a triathlete. Now let's take a look at the weight of the bag. So the full bag with the straps for the backpack inside it comes in at 1,388 grams. So fairly lightweight given everything you get with this. The Topeak PakGo GearPack is the ultimate cycling bag that makes it easy to stay organized and pack smartly. Unlike a standard duffel bag where you just throw everything in together in one spot, this one has a nice compartmentalized design that lets you keep everything separate and clean. And also with the labeled compartments, that ensures you don't forget something really obvious like shoes, helmet, or clothing. You can see you have a compressive design, so the outside can compress in when you're not using it, almost like an accordion. This EVA foam outer piece that provides a little bit of structure, almost like a carry-on bag. And that actually conceals 2 outer pockets. So on both sides of these, you have these big pockets, and you can see that PakGo branding embossed in that foam. Separate little dividers here to keep everything organized, and you can see the water drain holes on the bottom of this. So if you were to put wet clothes in here, you don't have to worry about it. Additional zippered pocket on the inside, and pretty much the same thing on the other side with a slightly different design. So with this one, you just have the big mesh pocket on the other side, same PakGo material, and you can see even these little button closures to prevent this from falling over. Branding is limited just to PakGo on there. This little PakGo yellow indicator, and that's really the only color you have on here. Otherwise, you can see a nice black finish with this fabric construction. Topeak logo is blended around here, so you have Topeak on the top, and then Topeak on the side strap. They've designed this as a bag you can carry. So 2 handles here with this nice foam inner piece. Makes it easy to hold. You can grab it from the side, so you have a nice little side strap. And then the whole thing has a removable backpack as well. So these are the backpack pad. And then you can attach the backpack straps onto this. So you can see they're actually concealed on the inner pocket. So you can pull them out and then wear this as a backpack. It's a little bit awkward in terms of sizing. So it's 38 liters, so a pretty big bag. And you can see it's almost a square profile from the top when it's fully expanded. In terms of dimensions, it's 41 by 31 by 30 centimeters. Or 16 inches by 12.2 by 11.8. So pretty big bag, something you could potentially travel with or just drive with to your start of your ride. So again, with the backpack straps, they're concealed here, so you can just slide them back in. And that's a nice improvement over the original version. Original version had removable ones, but this one, they're always there. And you can see, you can just hide them in here and then cover them up. And with the addition of the padding here, it's actually a lot more comfortable now than the previous version, as you have this padded backing. You can see this being such an expensive bag, you get tons of premium features. The zippers really feel high quality. You have these nice pulls on here, and then additional durable material on the sides where you need it, and then the softer fabric textile on the other sides. In terms of pockets, the best feature about this is it keeps you really organized. So you can see you have multiple compartments. So we start from the bottom. You have the compartment that actually has a little logo with the shoe. Nice U-shaped opening, and you can see on the inside, you have this big open compartment. It keeps your shoe separated. And again, because it's separated with a separate zipper, everything's nice and clean. Then you have the helmet spot, and you can see there's a separate compartment for clothing above it. And because the helmet has a big opening for your head, you can actually put this upside down and then have this dip into that area. So really smart design that lets you maximize the space that would otherwise be wasted. And again, because you have a separate little helmet spot, you just won't forget. So very easy to find and organize everything. And then on the top, you can see we have the Topeak branding. Multi-layer zipper, so a little top thing, so great for a wallet or smaller items. And then the main zipper, which reveals that big opening. And again, this goes inside the helmet. So if you put your helmet upside down, you have tons of space here. And again, just everything really feels premium. We've been using the other version for a few years now, and everything's held up really well. And as you saw in the side pockets, you have additional storage here. So if you have larger items, like water bottles or anything else, you can easily put them in this larger area. Additional zippers and pockets as well. So very versatile, and again, very convenient, nice way to stay organized. Here you can see an example prep that we did with the gear bag. So we have our 2 bottles, our frame pump, some snacks, a computer, wallet, shoes, and then the helmet, as well as a lightweight jacket. And you can see everything has nice labeled compartments. That's one of the best features of this. Your shoes go at the bottom, your helmet goes right in the middle, and you don't really forget something. So we throw our socks in with the shoes, flip the helmet up so the open part is on top, and then we put our clothes on top. You have nice little pockets on the side and top for little items like your wallet, your light, your computer, so it keeps them all secure, and you can see them through the mesh pockets. With this updated bag, you don't have the pockets where the backpack side is, so you do lose some of the smaller pockets, but you still have tons of options with 9 pockets with this setup. So you can see you can easily stack your clothes in there, and that middle compartment is protected because of the sides have that EVA foam. So it's a really clever packaging. And again, tons of space, so it's a pretty deep cavity. So even if you're doing a really long ride with winter gear, you can really stack everything in there. So you can see we all have our main items in there, and then you additionally have the side pockets. So you really have a ton of space. So we like to use the side pockets for the bottles. On the one side that we're showing here, you actually have 2 separate mesh pockets, which are actually perfect for the separate bottles. So they fit in there perfectly. And with our longer frame pump, obviously we can't zip everything up. So with this one, we just leave it a peak open. You have side zippers on both sides, so it's actually perfect for this. So if you have a longer protruding item like this, you can zip it up just to where you need it if you have dual zippers. Then on the other side, you can just throw all your snacks and food. And then even on the way back from your ride, if you have dirty clothes or change of clothes, these side pockets have these drains. So if you're sweaty or you have wet towels, so if you're triathlete, it's a really good option. So it keeps everything nice and organized and makes it a lot easier. So if you're going on a bike ride, you don't want to show up to your ride and then realize you forgot your shoes, your helmet, or something really critical. So overall, really nice bag. It's obviously very expensive, but if you do a lot of traveling, it really makes your life a lot easier because it's super portable. So you can see the top handles make it easy to hold. Backpack, it's not so great, but definitely fine for shorter term use. Now we've actually reviewed the original version of the Pack & Go, which we have on the right side, and the new version on the left. Now it's probably not really relevant unless you're thinking about upgrading, but you can see very similar, and we've actually been using this for a couple years now. And you can see, aside from a little bit of marks and just cleaning, this looks brand new still, really held up well, and has been a great way to travel to a bike ride. So if you're driving somewhere, you can just throw everything in there. The main differences here, you can see, are really subtle. So something like the strap now has the Topeak logo, is a little bit wider. The materials are all very similar, same drainage holes, Probably subtle differences between the construction. The real big difference is the other side though. So with the original version, you have additional pockets here, and then you have these attachments for the backpack straps. So you have these little slots here, you slide the backpack straps through, and then if you didn't want them, you take off the straps. With this one, the backpack straps are non-removable, so they're actually stitched in on the top side, and they're always there, so way more convenient. This one you had to kind of reconstruct it every time, and it was less obvious and a little bit more labor intensive. With this one, it's all there. They've also added the padding here, so it's a lot more comfortable to wear. But you do lose the additional pockets that you had here, which are really convenient. So they've moved some of these elsewhere or just eliminated them. But otherwise, very similar and a very convenient bag to have. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Topeak PakGo GearPack II. What I like about it is you have a durable exterior, so even after multiple years of use, it still looks really nice and should stand up to travel. You also have really well thought out storage design with the stacked center pockets with the labels, so everything goes in its place, it's separated and stays nice and clean. And it just really keeps you nice and organized with all the separate compartments and the different mesh pockets, so you keep everything separated and ensure you don't forget something at home. The main negatives with the bag is obviously it's expensive. With the second version, the retail price has obviously gone up a little bit, but still a really nice bag. And it's a little bit awkward to wear as a backpack, as it's a little bit longer than it is wide, so it's very narrow, and then a longer form factor just because of where they place the straps. It still works as a backpack, but I wouldn't wear it for commuting or longer distances. Taking everything into account, we'd give the GearPack II a 9.1 out of 10. It's a really premium travel gear bag that makes it easy to travel to your bike ride without forgetting something at home. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclists. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.